and welcome to the Boys Upstairs Show. This is it's the Week 12 NFL show. Joining us today, everybody that's in here, and also Tony and Scott via Zoom.
Yo.
Alright, so this week is Thanksgiving week. Obviously, last year we did a Thanksgiving show as well as a regular Sunday show. We're not doing that this week.
We should introduce our guest first, though.
We should introduce our guest first. Joining us today, Lil Carr.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
Thank you guys for having me.
This is a very interesting game. It's a rematch of the AFC divisional playoff game last year. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it conference? Divisional?
Yeah, it was a
Conference
divisional.
Yeah, it was a
Bills,
Bengals,
so division.
Titans' first game.
Divisional. Bengals won that game, obviously. It was an upset. The Titans were the number one seed in the AFC. Bengals are 6-4. Titans are 7-3. The Bengals are favored on the road at Tennessee in Nashville. Only a couple more games left in Nissan Stadium before they rebuild. Bengals are minus 2.5. Total's 42.5. We didn't discuss who wants to go first for this game. If anybody feels very strongly, Tone wants to go first. So Tone.
Hells yeah. I'm taking Bengals minus 2.5. I think this is an easy pick. Titans, literally all I got is Derrick Henry, whereas Bengals are getting Jamar Chase back this week. Joe Burrow started looking like a Super Bowl caliber quarterback against the Steelers in that second half especially. I think the Bengals are riding hot. I'm going to go with them minus 2.5.
The way that Tennessee plays kind of goes against how the Bengals want to win football games. Tennessee holds the ball a lot, run the ball very well. They play very solid defense. They have a great front seven. Bengals O-line is still complete garbage. Cam Hayward is going to get a lot of sacks. I feel like he's going to be living in the back. I'm not Cam Hayward. What's the D tackle on the?
Atkins?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Simmons?
Yeah, Simmons. Simmons is going to be living in the backfield.
Shout out Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah, he's going to be living in the backfield.
This guy loves his shout-outs.
So yeah, I
Shout out Sam. Shout out Nixon for going when no one wanted to go.
Yeah, no, shout out for sure.
So yeah, Tennessee.
I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be a game that Derrick Henry controls, but when it comes down to it at the end, Joe Burrow will lead a late-game scoring drive that will win them the game, possibly a field goal to win the game. So that's why I'm taking the under. I think it's going to be under game, low-scoring game, boring game, a game that's probably the best game on the slate this week because the slate fucking sucks, but it's going to be a boring game. So give me the Titans, give me the under.
I'm actually going to take the Bengals spread. They have a great run defense. Derrick Henry's been known to get shut down before. If they can handle him, then they're relying on Ryan Tannehill to win a game, and that just sounds like a bad Miami dream. I think the Bengals are great people for letting the Steelers make it close just to be good people, a little charity event right there. But I think if you ever notice, debut games are always hitters. If you're debuting on a new team, your first game on a team, or you're coming off an injury, you always have a big game. They're going to get Jamar Chase involved early and often, get his rhythm back. They need him going in. They're making a playoff push. They are the third seed behind the Bills and the Patriots in the wild card. And I think that the Bengals are going to take this one. They're going to slow down Derrick Henry, and Tannehill winning a game is not it.
I like the Titans in this one. The Cincinnati Bengals are lacking consistency, if you ask me, and they've had defensive struggles. They're leaking points left, right, and centre. Just all the time when I'm watching them, they seem to be giving away 30 points a game. Tannehill had one of his better games on Thursday Night Football against the Packers, 22 for 27 on pass completions, and over 300 yards passing. So this is a team that has struggled with passing, and the third worst in the NFL for passing the ball. But Treylon Burks came back off the injured reserve, and he had a 100-yard game. So, and Robert Woods as well with 69 yards in that game. So if they can get the passing game in a nice flow and momentum going with it, then sky's the limit for this Titans team. They have a good record. They're first in the South, and Derrick Henry in the backfield. He got 28 carries in his last game and a touchdown. he looks as good as he ever has looked. And I like the Titans. They're at home as well, which is huge. And I like the Titans plus 2.5 and the over because the Bengals, like I said, are leaking points like a dodgy pipe.
That was a good analogy there, Scott.
Jake.
Jake,
Go for it.
I'll be really quick here. I like the Bengals in the over. Their offense is clicking. I think they might hit that number by themselves. They're cruising.
Good segue. I'm actually going to tell you the same exact thing as Jake. I like the Bengals in the over too. Very happy to get Jamar Chase back on my fantasy team. Joe Burrow's looking like a Super Bowl quarterback again. Also agree with Nixon. Their offensive line is just absolutely terrible, but it doesn't seem to matter. And they will slow down Derrick Henry, which means they'll get the ball back quick and they'll score a lot.
Easy over here on the struggling couch. Bengals in the over.
There we go.
That really is a struggling couch.
There we go.
It's leaning a little bit to the left. Don't know why. not a clue.
No, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the fact that Sean is in dead last. Cam went from 4th to I think he's in 10th now, and you were in 1st, and now you're in 3rd.
In fantasy
Look,
football,
it's a comment hill.
No, the show.
Don't talk about
Oh,
fantasy
picks.
football.
Yeah. It's you ever heard
Don't talk
of
about fantasy football.
fall from grace? This is
Yeah.
a deadly crash.
That couch is the fall from grace.
It really is what it is.
Wait, can we talk about, I was in last, and now I'm in like 4th to last.
Yeah, no, you had an undefeated week. I just did the cards. You were undefeated this week.
Let's go. I mean, we're making a comeback.
I did.
I'll just add.
I was so
I know.
confused.
Dude, fucking, I had my lock of the week was Bills minus 8.5. They won by 8.
Yeah, that was
like,
tight.
fuck.
Vegas knows.
You should have bet it when they thought they were going to be playing in the 5 feet of snow.
That's
Well, we did the show. We did the show. We did the show.
Game. I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, you were like Sandy. Who do you like?
It's not Sandy's go.
Oh yeah, no, it's
But I let Sandy go. Shout out to you.
Cam.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Shout out Sandy.
you. Shout out to
Shout out
Sandy.
Sandy. Shout out to Sandy. Cam was about to talk, and then I
Shout out Cam. For sure.
Ivy League champs.
This game.
But I do want to add.
Yeah.
Bengals minus 1.5.
Go ahead, Cam.
I am in 3rd place in fantasy, but I am going to take the Bengals. I got Jamar Chase and fantasy.
Sorry.
It's okay, Jake. But I'm going to take the Bengals and I'm going to take the over. Same thing. Sean, what do you have to say?
I'm also taking the over. I don't think either of these teams are going to be very good in the postseason, but over.
Nice, Sean.
I'll take. I like the Bengals here. Bengals are a good team. Titans are not. So simple as that.
Dude, they're 7-3. What do you mean they're not a good team?
They're terrible.
What do you mean? Wow.
I agree. Mr. Lolson.
He's dropping bombs.
I agree.
Hey, shout
Guys,
out.
I'm going to put my 2 cents in here. I'm known for my deep analysis of these games. I'm going to go Titans. Derrick Henry, there's this interview that I heard he had, and he's beside himself that the stadium's going down. He's just going to, I think his middle name is, what's the stadium called? Derrick Nissan Henry.
That is on his birthday.
It's on his birthday. It's also his grandma's death anniversary.
What's the number again?
2.5.
Oh yeah, so 2.5. Easy. Hammer.
Let's go! What's up, dude?
Going on?
What's up?
All right, so we got Jersey Jerry here. We're going to talk about Steelers Colts. It's in Indianapolis. Colts are minus 2.5. Total is 39.5. We will go to Jersey Jerry first. Tell us why the Steelers are going to win this game.
It's tough. It's tough right now for the city of Pittsburgh. Tough for the Steelers. Offenses goes stagnant at times. The defense gives up way too many yards. If the Steelers want to win this game, they're going to have to stop Jonathan Taylor, and that's a tall task to accomplish. Top 3 running back in the league. That's the key to success for the Steelers to win this game. Kenny Pickett has yet to put a full game together, and that gets me a little worried. But I'd rather him put 2 quarters together like he did last week than 0 quarters. So he's shown flashes that he could be the guy in Pittsburgh, and I hope that's the case. A lot of people don't like this, but Mike Tomlin has to figure it out because it's been over a decade now. You got 3 playoff wins to show for it. It's just there's names going around in Pittsburgh. Mediocre Mike, is that what we should call him? I don't know. But he's got to figure it out because
These last couple of years in Pittsburgh have been pretty miserable.
I'm gonna offer you a rebuttal here. So I'm from Indianapolis. Been a Colts fan my whole life, and as much to my dismay, this season has been nothing short of lackluster. And we had such high expectations. We had Matt Ryan, we had Jonathan Taylor. Everything was moving in the right direction. And Matt Ryan, for lack of a better term, it's almost like he took a shit on the train going home, if we had to be honest, okay? Hey, and that shit happens, okay? It's a catastrophe. It's a sad day. It's a bad day. Okay? That's all I have to know about it. Long story short, the game's in Indianapolis. All right, love Lucas Oil Stadium. The total moved down from 44 down to 39. I don't really want to touch it because I don't think it's going to be a pretty game. Our primetime games this season have not been historically fun to watch. With that being said, Matt Ryan's back. Jeff Saturday's a big energy. We almost just beat the Eagles. I know close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, but team has some fight into it. But there's some fight in those Indianapolis Colts. I don't know if we're going to make a run by any means, but with that being said, I'm taking the Colts -2.5. Now, Jerry, what we do is we go around, since this is the rivalry game, we got the Rooneys, we got the Weisses here. Everyone's just going to go around and they're going to say either they're picking Martin's pick or JJ's pick. So we'll start with Tommy.
Real quick, who is Tommy?
That's me.
Okay, I got a quick question
Yes,
for
sir.
you.
Absolutely.
I went to Latrobe for the first time this year.
Yes, sir.
And I'm in Latrobe and practice gets finished and I'm walking out and Mr. Rooney's in a golf cart.
Yes, sir.
And, he sees me and he stops and he says, "Hey, thanks so much for taking the trip out here." And I said, "Hey, shook hands, no problem. Thanks so much for having me." And then I turned to my buddy and I said, "He doesn't know who I am, right?" He's like, and I said to myself, "There's no way he knows who the fuck I am, bro." Still to this day, he's convinced that Mr. Rooney knows who I am. I don't believe it.
He absolutely knows who you are, dude. 100%.
He does?
Yes.
Wow. That's
Really?
cool.
Absolutely. All right, so I'll start first. I'm going with Jerry.
Shocker.
Huh?
Shocker.
Martin.
Wow.
Wow.
What?
That is so
Oh my goodness.
That's a Steelers fan going Colts.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
All right, we'll finish the couch here. Cam, what do we got?
I'm going Martin.
There we go.
I'm going tiny hands. I'm going Jerry. Let's go, dude.
Mr. Jerry, sir, I just want to say I'm Martin's brother. Huge fan. I'm also a Colts fan, so I'm gonna ride with the Colts.
Shout out, Sam.
I'm gonna say Martin.
Go Jeff Saturday. Let's go Martin.
Dude, Big Marty.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going with JJ.
Let's go. All right, Jerry. Thank you for joining us, dude.
Hell yeah. Enjoy, guys. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you,
Thanks for
JJ.
coming on, brother.
You got it. Thank you.
Sweet.
Let's
fucking
That was awesome. Shout out Martin.
Shout out Blue Check.
Shout out Blue Check. Shout out, Martin.
All right.
Was that in the works? No.
Yeah. Like the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's been in the works.
Let's go.
Shout out Martin. Shout out Jerry.
And don't call him JJ. No one calls him JJ.
Everyone calls him. Oh, we DM. So I
That's
can
cool.
DM. I can call him JJ.
No, I think Scott just.
I think
Yeah,
Scott
you're
just
good.
pissed.
Yeah.
Scott
just didn't move for a
You
while.
also didn't get the Zoom guys picks.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
We got Jerry. That's all.
We got
But you
Jerry.
can still ask him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, Scott and Anthony. Who are you taking? Colts or Steelers?
Oh, I'll go Steelers. I didn't want to.
Let's go!
Shout out Ireland.
Shout out Ireland.
Shout
fucking
out
Wi-Fi.
Beaver.
Shout out
See you
4
later.
a.m. Scott's going to pass out any minute.
Dude, is this guy asleep?
He ripped the vape so much.
Shout out being awake at 5 a.m.
Coke.
He's a blue collar.
He's probably on a
He's
rant
rich. He
right
loves
now.
Carhartt. He's a big
Dude,
Carhartt
the fact
fan.
that we just had Jersey Jerry on the show is fucking sick.
For those who don't know, for the viewers who don't know who Jersey Jerry is, ever since Dave had to relocate to Florida
He's on
to
advisor.
save his taxes, Jersey Jerry has filled his place on Barstool Sports Advisors, which is one of their most profitable,
It's reloading.
podcast video episodes. So he's a meme. He's all over Twitter. He's a big Pittsburgh Steelers guy.
He shit his pants.
He shit his pants on the train.
Yeah, that was-
If you guys haven't seen that video, I recommend you watch it.
We got one more game, god darn it.
We got one more game. We gotta go
Square Grouper.
Game 3 on later. Shout out Jersey Jerry. Shout out Martin. Shout out UVA. Shout out Blue Check System.
Shout out Big Sandy.
Shout out Big Sandy.
Shout out Ireland.
Yeah.
Shout out
I
Jersey
like
Jerry.
Ireland, champ.
Game 3 on the slate here. 5-5 Bucks traveling to Cleveland, facing the 3-7 Cleveland Browns. Shout out Cam. Bucks are -3.5 on the road at Cleveland. Jacoby Brissett only has a couple more games left, and then he might never be a starter again. 1 game left? Yeah, 1 game. This is the last game.
Yeah, this is the last game.
Totals 42.5 again. All of the games on the slate are 42.5. We will go to Cam here, our only Cleveland Browns fan on the show. Shout out Cam, shout out Cleveland for being the worst city in America.
Shout out Big Sandy.
It's not.
Go ahead, Cam.
As a Ohioan, I'm forced to be a Cleveland fan, I guess. So
You be a Cincy fan.
I can't be a Cincy fan. I'm not close enough. I live like right next to Cleveland.
Dude, this dude is really from Ohio.
Bro's really from Ohio right now.
Calm down. But it's a great city. Y'all should come. Y'all invited.
Nobody's coming.
Nobody's
No one has ever
mean,
said that sentence in their life.
Ask Joakim Noah.
Look, it's a great city, but I was just talking to Martin. The Browns are 3-7. They're a great 3-7 team. They're probably the best 3-7 team you've seen.
Yeah, there we go.
And I think they'll keep this game close. Tom Brady, he has been on a tear ever since the divorce. I don't know if that's like getting to him or something, but I do think the Browns will keep this game close. Brissett is a great. He's something, but I just think the Browns will keep it close, and I'm gonna take the Browns spread.
I'll follow that.
Shout out Sean for going second.
Browns.
Keeping it short.
Shout out Martin for going third.
Finishing up the couch here. The Browns are the best 3-7 team, maybe of all time.
Really?
Jacoby Brissett, classic journeyman situation, and he's really, coming to his own. Nick Chubb is great. Their defense is stellar. I was pissed that this was on the slate because I really wanted to take it as my lock. Cleveland plus 3.5. Don't even overthink this, and put the under there as well.
All right, I'll go next. Shout out Martin for being the exact opposite of me. I thought this was the easiest game on the slate. Bucks -3.5. I just am completely done with the Browns. In the same vein as Martin, I have thought for the past however many weeks that the Browns are much better than the record has shown. But every week they just fucking let me down. Like Jacoby Brissett will throw a game losing pick on the last drive, and they'll lose the game. And they also will get blown out by 40 points by the Dolphins. So I just am done with the Browns.
Dolphins are good.
They're not.
Dolphins are good.
I'm taking the Bucks -3.5 here. Once again, as I said last week, -3.5 is the worst possible line you could see when you're looking at a board. Will the Bucks win by 3? Yeah, probably. But I'm taking the Bucks here -3. Fuck the Browns. Cleveland is the worst city in America. Don't go there.
Where is this coming from?
Shout out Tommy. I'm riding with him too.
Worst
Bucks -3.5.
Worst in America?
Yes.
Where's
Shout out Postman for agreeing with me.
I think Detroit would like.
I think the Bucks are gonna win this game. There's no what are we thinking? It's Tom fucking Brady. I don't understand how this is even a discussion.
Shout out Sandy.
Did you see the Rams game? He literally drove down the field in 29 seconds, or however long it was.
That was a bad game.
Oh, it was a bad game. Excuses. That's all I hear.
The Rams also suck.
Tampa.
It's Tom Brady.
No, that's why I agree.
Tampa was circling the drain until that last drive in the Rams game, and now I feel like they're going to go on.
The same thing's going to happen in the Cleveland game, and they're going to win by 7.
No, dude, you realize that here. So here's a scenario: Tampa goes 9-8, but they win their awful division. They got a home playoff game against Geno Smith or Daniel Jones, and they win that, and then it's Tom Brady versus Kirk Cousins. They're going to be a 9-8 team in the fucking NFC Championship. It's terrible.
Here's the thing. As much as I think the Bucks are ass this year, overrated this year, if it was a playoff game, Kirk Cousins versus Tom Brady, I'm taking the Bucks every time.
I just said that.
The NFC is terrible, but that's a different.
Listen,
another day.
I want to avoid the Bucks and the Cowboys as a Vikings fan.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady's the greatest football player of all time. I don't think anyone in this room disputes that. I watched him lose to Kenny Pickett in his first start of all time. This year. But if the Bucks played the Vikings in the first playoff game, I would take the Bucks.
Okay, so why is this an anti-Vikings game? Okay, let's.
I'm just saying. You brought up. I'm just saying.
You would take him.
You were the one who introduced.
If it's Tom Brady or Daniel Jones, who are you taking in that game?
Tom Brady.
If it's Tom Brady or Geno Smith, who are you taking?
It's Tom Brady.
If it's Tom Brady or Jimmy Garoppolo, who are you taking?
Well, that one is different.
Yeah.
Because the Vikings have a lot of good.
49ers are great. 49ers.
No, I asked the quarterback matchup.
Yeah. Well, the quarterback matchup is obviously Tom Brady, but it's not about.
No, I agree. If you were to power rank NFC teams, I would have Niners 1 right now because they got all pros at every position.
I don't know
Fucking
I don't know.
49ers are built for the playoffs.
Either way, your pick for this game.
Bucks minus 3.5. I thought it was going to be my lock too, but then we changed the slate. So yeah, give me the.
So
Bucks.
Martin and Jake were both going to take this as their lock on different sides.
Yeah, we just.
Who's that?
Yeah, we don't see eye to eye all the time.
That's the beauty of the.
That's the beauty of the Boys Upstairs show. Well, Lowell.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be a dead horse here. Also, putting into consideration the Browns' entire secondary is injury riddled.
It is.
Tom Brady's gonna have a field day. Bucks minus 3.5.
Bucks minus 3.5. They got blown out by the Dolphins, the Bills, the Patriots. Tom Brady gets better as the season goes on. They're on the upswing, and Jacoby Brissett's the definition of made. His picture's in the dictionary, and easy Bucks game.
Squad.
Shout out Deshaun Watson being the last pick in the fantasy draft this year, and you guys are all going to have to send me some trade requests for him once he pops off next week.
And next week he's
all
back.
right. It's time for the Best Post Show. We're going to go.
Yo!
Oh, my bad. I forgot about you guys.
Go quick! I need to drink beer.
I'm not going to lie. I completely forgot about you guys.
I like that.
I'm ready. I'm ready for another.
Scott, it wasn't personal. But go ahead.
No, Bucks. That's where it's at. I think it was Martin that said 3-7, Cam that said 3-7. The Browns and great in the same sentence. That's not sitting right with me. That's really not sitting right with me. The run game of the Browns. I'm hearing Chubb's doing his thing. Chubb is not doing his thing. He had 14 carries for 19 yards against the Bills. It's Kareem Hunt that's actually been more effective. And Amari Cooper in the passing game had 2 touchdowns. But they're so thin at the passing, in the receiving core. They're struggling. They're the definition of mediocre, the Browns. So I'm going with the Bucks. They're finding their defense once again is the strong point of this team, and it's finding its identity. Like 3 sacks against the Seahawks and only allowing 17 yards on the ground. Huge win against the Seattle Seahawks, and a statement win. They're coming together like that Beatles song, "Come Together." They're coming together. I like the Bucks in this minus 3.5, and I like the under 42.5 because of the offensive issues with the Browns and the Bucks rock solid defense. Tony, what you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna ride back with Scott. I'm going with Bucks minus 3.5 also. Bucks coming off the bye after a big morale win against the Seahawks in Germany. It's hard to bet against Tom Brady against a bad team like the Browns. So, Bucks.
All right, let's rapid fire locks.
Rapid fire locks. It's time for the Best Part of the Show.
I'll go first.
No, hold on, Cam. It's time for the Best Part of the Show. Locks of the week. We will start with Cam Williams.
I'll go first. Dolphins minus 13 versus the Texans. Tua is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. I know you hate to say it. Everyone's hated on him. Mahomes is cool, but he's gonna lose to the Dolphins at the end of the day. So Dolphins spread. The Texans are terrible, and it's a man defense. It's a blitz defense. They're not gonna give Mills enough time to find targets because it's just gonna be blitzing all game. It's man to man.
We're gonna win.
That's what I'm saying. Like
you don't need to justify it.
Yeah, Dolphins spread.
Am I allowed to follow that?
Yeah.
I also have the Dolphins minus 13. Postman, dude, they're good.
They're good.
I will give it to you. They're a good team. I also think that it's late enough into the year where the Texans are, they have their eyes on either Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. They're not even trying to win games anymore. So give me the Dolphins. That's my lock.
I'll go next. Don't have the Dolphins actually. I got the Raiders plus 3.5. That Raiders team is way too talented. Against shit, I always forget.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and redo this whole take here, but I'll look at it.
Yeah, what is it? I always forget. I saw it. I was like, yeah.
Shout out, Postman.
It's Raiders.
Shout out, Postman.
Shout out me. I'm going with the Raiders plus 3.5. That team is way too talented to have the record that they have. Clearly evident by the last 2 drives of that game. Devontae Adams is still the best receiver in the NFL. Actually, second best behind Tyreek Hill. That being said, Raiders are going to cover plus 3.5. Lock it in.
Giants Cowboys under.
I got the Giants Cowboys game too, but I got the Giants plus 9. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Scott. They just had a perfect week. I don't think they can do that again. They're a different team this year. It's a division game. Division games are known to be close. So I don't know if they win, but I think they'll at least cover a 9-point spread. That's a lot of points for a division game.
I like both of those picks, but are we allowed to do a Thanksgiving game as your lock?
Oh,
yeah, why not?
Well, because it's a Thursday game. Like, do we usually?
I didn't think.
I think you should be allowed.
Yeah, you're allowed.
You're allowed. Okay.
You're allowed.
Just wanted to.
Only this week.
I like both those picks.
This week only.
That's not cool.
Giants plus 9.
Sean, it's this week only because we're doing the show on Tuesday. So the show will be out earlier than it usually is.
I'll go ahead and go next. I know that we're not usually allowed to do this, and I know I'm contradicting myself earlier because
You're gonna take the
I
Steelers, aren't you?
had a lapse of words, but the Steelers plus 3.5.
So you took the Colts.
I didn't mean to. It was a lapse
He
of
was
words.
confused by the.
He was starstruck.
He was.
I was.
He was starstruck.
No, he realized.
You're not.
Sean
Yeah,
realized
you were the
he'll.
first person to go. And you
Sean
went against
realized
Jim Carrey.
that he'll be cut out of the will if that's on the internet forever. So he's changing his pick.
No. It was a lapse of words, but Steelers is the pick.
Hey, he's changing his mind.
We got a lot on the worst game that is on the schedule this weekend. Panthers,
Yeah.
Broncos.
Yeah.
Broncos are going to take. They're gonna take this one. They're minus 3.5. I'm gonna
2.5,
get that.
2.5.
They're minus 2.5. That my bad there. I don't remember what the stat is, but it's gotta be more than 5 of their last 5 weeks, 1 possession games. As much as Russell Wilson's a clown, I think there's something's brewing out there in Denver. I don't even know where this game's at, but I'm gonna go with the Broncos this week.
The Panthers are starting Sam Darnold too. So it's like their fourth quarterback.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's like
That's
their fourth
what you
quarterback.
know,
they're
right?
using.
That's
awesome.
Let's go.
Shout out Sam
If the
Darnold.
Broncos score 18 points,
Shut up,
they'd be
man.
9-1.
They need to start.
Wait,
Yeah, that's the stat. 9-1.
Kobe, say that again.
If the Broncos scored 18 points in every game, they'd be 9-1.
Yeah, that's
That's
ridiculous.
incredible. Also, shout out Sam Darnold for getting mono and having sex with girls. So I'll go next.
We love sex.
I don't want to watch with boys.
I'll go next.
We love sex over here.
Protected.
Oh, hell no.
What's going on?
Outfit change?
Well, Taylor Zinnicki.
Yo, I've been picking the Commanders many
Yeah, me too.
Last week.
Let's go.
Me too.
Guys at minus 1,000.
Shout out Taylor Heineke. They're 4-1. The Commanders.
Let's go, Taylor Heineke.
Since Taylor Heineke's been the quarterback, shout out Taylor Heineke. He's that dude. I'm picking the Commanders this week. That's really all I have to say. I
Wait,
really
who do
like
they
the
play?
Commanders right now. They're playing the Falcons. They're -3. I really like. No, -4. I really like the Commanders here.
Who are we? The Commanders.
Yeah, exactly. Left hand up. Left hand up. I really like the Commanders. They beat the Texans by 13 last week. I really like the Commanders. And they're playing the Falcons this week, so that means that Taylor Heineke will be buying a pair of red Jordan 1s next week.
Yeah.
So shout out Taylor Heineke.
Taylor Heineke is a starting quarterback in the NFL. He should be
I
a starting
agree with
quarterback in the NFL. He is good enough to be a starting quarterback.
Taylor Heineke, if you put him on the Dolphins, they have the exact same record as they do.
That is incorrect.
Shout out Taylor Heineke.
I respect Tyler Heineke, but
They
two
might
is
be
different.
undefeated.
Here's I'll go for round
He shows up all the way.
On Sunday night, we're going to witness a changing of the guard. We have Aaron Rodgers pinned up against Jalen Hurts in prime time.
Wow.
Eagles are -7. It's in Philadelphia, in Lincoln Financial Field. Eagles -7 is my absolute lock of the week. I wish I could say it's going to be a battle, but I mean the Packers are already struggling with their receiving core, and the Eagles have the 2 best corners in the league. I would say expect a big game from Aaron Jones, maybe, but if they're going to lean on the run heavy, they don't really have any other options. Jalen Hurts is going to tear apart that Packers defense. Eagles -7 is my absolute lock of the week.
Absolute luck.
And even if the Eagles front 7 is so elite, Packers not running the ball.
I don't know
against
what. It's not going to be pretty.
Also,
Packers
opposite of shout-outs, the Packers front office for basically ruining Aaron Rodgers' second half.
Opposite of
He's
the
going to the Colts. He's going to the Colts.
Eagles just picked up Ndamukong
Yeah,
Suh
If the Colts-
and Linval Jones.
Alright, also,
Those are
I
some
just wanna say
big
this.
dudes.
We have like 5 minutes, if that, of battery life left on these cameras. So we really have to go rapid fire. But really quickly, if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Colts, they've had their 6th starting quarterback in 6 years. So I don't know.
No, we're doing the rent to QB system. It's either gonna be
Favorite
it's either
Thanksgiving
gonna be
food,
Aaron
rapid
Rodgers,
fire?
Ryan Tannehill, or somebody, and we're waiting for our trainer to come
Garoppolo.
out.
All right, there we go.
Garoppolo.
No, Rudy didn't go yet.
No.
All right, you guys.
Tony, you go first. Jake Lewis would be proud of this pick. Score against the Jaguars.
Oh wait, Tom.
Do it again.
Well, yeah, can you go again? Sorry.
Sorry, next
They were talking. Sorry.
My pick is the Ravens -4. Jake Lewis should be proud.
Good pick.
I don't know how this spread is 4 against the Jaguars. I don't think the Jaguars are that good defensively or offensively. Ravens did have a bit of a rush patch last week, but I mean, it's the NFL. It happens to everyone. I really like the Ravens -4 this week.
Shout out to my boy Bears fan Sam. Couldn't make the pod tonight, ripping Bears, but I'm here to back him up. Bears plus 4.5 against the Jets. Bear down. I like it. The Bears have lost their last 3 games by less than 3 points in each game. I mean, bit of respect for this team. They bring it down to the wire each and every game. I like what Fields is doing. Picked up a shoulder injury in that last game. Let's see if he plays. If he does play, I really think they have a chance to go out and win this one. Never mind cover the spread. So bear down. I'm here with you, Bears fan Sam. Let's go.
Shout out Bears fan Sam for never missing a show until today.
Shout out.
And this is potentially like the worst show to miss of all time.
Yeah, this was the best show we've had.
This is probably the best show we've ever had. And Jersey Jerry was here. So shout out Jersey Jerry.
Shout out Zoom guys for putting up with our bullshit.
Yeah, shout out Seamus. Shout out Scott and Anthony.
Shout out Seamus.
Shout out Seamus.
He was clicking them keys back. Is that Zay?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, brother?
Oh
I'm
my
gonna send you a
God.
text after this once I have it.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Shout out all of you guys for coming. Shout out Scott and Anthony for joining us.
So Fins!
We're going to Spur Grouper. Shout out Spur Grouper. Shout out Jersey Jerry. Thank you for joining.
Jersey Jerry. Like and subscribe.
Like and
See ya! From Luke!